In Solve It, you may have noticed a relationship between vertical angles. You can prove that this relationship is always true using deductive reasoning. A theorem is a conjecture or statement that you prove true. Take note, theorem, vertical angles theorem. It's theorem 2-1. Vertical angles are congruent. This means angle 1 is congruent to angle 3, and angle 2 is congruent to angle 4. When you are writing a geometric proof, it may help to separate the theorem you want to prove into a hypothesis and conclusion. Another way to write the vertical angles theorem is, if two angles are vertical, then they are congruent. The hypothesis becomes the given statement, and the conclusion becomes what you want to prove. Here's the proof of theorem 2-1, the vertical angles theorem. Given, angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles, prove that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. We see our stage, a T-chart, for a two-column proof, statements on the left, reasons on the right, and as usual we begin with a statement 1, the given information. Angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles. Its reason, given. Step 2, or statement 2, angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary. Also, angle 2 and angle 3 are supplementary. Reason 2, angles that form a linear pair are supplementary. Statement 3, the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals 180. So does the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3. The reason for this, reason 3, the sum of the measures of supplementary angles is 180. Statement 4, the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3. Note the measure of angle 2 showing up on both sides of this equation. Reason 4, that's by the transitive property of equality. Statement 5, the measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 3. Reason 5, that's by the subtraction property of equality, where we've simply subtracted the measure of angle 2 from each side of the equation in statement 4. Finally, statement 6, what we were trying to prove, angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. How we got here from statement 5 is reason 6. Angles with the same measure are congruent. Problem 1. Using the vertical angles theorem. What is the value of x? Note in the diagram we have two vertical angles, one with a measure 2x plus 21 degrees, the other with measure 4x degrees. Consider what you might think on the left and what you may write on the right as you work through this problem. First think, the two labeled angles are vertical angles, so set their measures equal. And write the equation 2x plus 21, the expression from the left, equals 4x, the expression from the right. Next think, solve for x by subtracting 2x from each side and then dividing by 2. Subtracting 2x from each side, we arrive at the equation 21 equals 2x. Dividing each side by 2, we see 21 halves, or 21 over 2, equals x. If this were a gridded response, you would grid the answer as 21 halves, or in decimal form as 10.5. Your turn. What is the value of x?